everybody, coming to you from my 2023 Nissan Versa S Manual. So, although the rain seems to have kind of slowed down a bit, it's still kind of windy. So I just wanted to give a update video on this car, and I thought it'd be cool context to comment on driving on the highway in windy and rainy conditions. I don't think I've ever done a video during that kind of situation before. So you would think that with this being a small, cheap car, that it would get really tossed around a lot in the wind. So you can definitely hear the wind. I mean, it's not like overwhelmingly loud or anything like that, but you can definitely hear it. And you can definitely tell that it is windy, but the car feels perfectly safe in the rain. The factory tires grip the road well enough, so I don't feel unsafe or anything like that. And the wind, although you can feel it like actually you would in pretty much any other car, it doesn't blow you around. I mean, I'm not having any issues. Someone's the wrong way with that. I'm not having any issues keeping the car in the lane. It's not getting blown around or anything like that. It's just like driving pretty much in any other weather. The windshield wipers do a good job, and yeah, it's just pleasant driving this car in pretty much any driving condition that you would normally drive in. So I thought I would add that as a comment. I've done, I believe, more videos on these Versas. This is my fourth one, and I've had this one way longer than any others. I do have a few other comments. I heard a rumor they're discontinuing the Versa after the 2025 model year. Now, I bought this one, I want to say about a year and a half ago, and that was the only one that my dealership has had in the past 3 years. Manual transmission, that is. The manual transmission Versas just are still extremely hard to find. They actually have a row of CVT Versas sitting on their lot. Car sales have slowed way down. It wasn't that long ago that dealers couldn't even get new cars, and now my dealer has like 6 or 8, I can't remember, Versas just lined up for sale, and tons of everything else. I mean, they're back to using their overflow spaces and stuff like that. And the discounts are coming back, even on cars like this. Not much of a discount. I think if you were to buy a new Versa S Manual, you can probably expect between $200 and $500 off. They may offer like some kind of a special interest rate or something like that. I'm not really sure. I'm hoping the rumors are false, because this truly is the last of its kind out there. There's no equivalent on the market today other than this car, and I'm just talking about the manual transmission. There's still some cars, like the CVT Versa or whatever, inexpensive cars, but they all have CVTs. This is the last truly cheap manual transmission car, and they have gone up in price. I think this year all the ones sitting on lots are floating right around $18,000. I bought this one for just under $17,000 before taxes and stuff like that. I got like a $250 discount on it. But yeah, these you're just not going to be able to buy a new car like this again. The nearest competitor is the Volkswagen Jetta, and I think at the very least is $4,000 more than the Versa. And you know, it's similar. I don't even know what all features it has. I would actually consider one of those, but I've just always been partial to the Versas because this is the kind of car I grew up with, basically the cheap economy cars, and I still get a lot of enjoyment out of driving cars like this. That's why I'm always going to have one of these even after they stop making them. I would actually like to buy one and just tuck it away in storage and keep it kind of as a museum piece. I don't think anybody else is going to be doing that with a Versa. But the other thing that I wanted to comment on too is that 37.1 miles per gallon. Some of you who have seen my earlier videos know I like to drive in the country and keep it in third gear, although I've kind of shifted now. I tend to keep it in fourth gear now, but you know, higher RPMs and whatever, and it's still, if that's to be believed, and I think it's not that far off, averaging 37 miles per gallon when I'm not supposed to. I mean, I think it's like rated at 28 in the city and 35 on the highway. You know, I'm regularly able to get 40, 42 on the highway, and I don't know what in the city. The city is kind of really a challenging one because well, there's a lot of people walking on the side of the road. The city's a challenging one because there's so many different driving styles that can qualify as city driving. But let's swing by the Nissan dealer real quick and just take a look at what they have sitting there. Last I was there, they did have a row of Versas and a bunch of other cars. But we'll go take a quick peek at what they have in stock. One thing that they did for the 2024 model year was, I think it's called the S Plus package or something like that, where you can get the alloy wheels with the S. I prefer the wheels that come on this, the steel wheels with the hubcaps. You know, again, that just goes back to the kind of cars I grew up with. In fact, the ones I grew up with didn't even have hubcaps. They were just the steel wheels by themselves. I had a Dodge Colt and a old Hyundai Accent, an 86 Dodge Colt and a 96 Hyundai Accent. Two of the cars that have been my favorites. But we can see the row of Versas. You can see there, they've got a ton of trucks here. And there's the row of Versas. It's blocked by that Jeep. Now they have the red tags in there. They've got a bunch of those as well. What are those Kicks? I don't even know. Rogues, Rogue Sports, Altimas, anything you want, they've got a ton of them. And I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, the red tags they put in the window is, hey, we're discounting our markup. We're only going to mark it up $2,000 instead of $3,000. Actually, so I can't really say that. This dealership did do markups. And I never bought any of the markup cars. I always waited until I could either get a discount, or I may have bought a car at sticker. I don't even remember. It's interesting, they've got a used Type R Civic that they've had for a while. Anyway, so a bit of a variety of different topics in this video. There's the Hyundai dealer. They have a small lot right here that's chock full of cars. Oh, you know, another car they haven't had for at least a year is the Elantra N. I have not seen one of those here in a long time. So it seems like the sporty cars are getting a little bit harder to find. And then I did do a video. I usually like to push my fuel lower than this, but I did a video about how if you run this too low on fuel and park on a hill, you may not get it started again. So, all right, I think that's it for today. Oh, you can hear a little bit of a squeaking coming from my seatbelt area. All right, have a great day, everyone.